I'm back again with this interesting lesson where we are going to look at hydrocarbons. Specifically, I'm going to teach you structural formulas, how to come up with correct structural formula. In my previous videos that I've been doing, I was laboring on chemical formulas, and I believe we all know how to come up with correct chemical formulas. So this is a family called alkanes, and this is a family called alkenes. So the first member in this family is called methane. I think no one is facing challenges there. We all know this. What is the chemical formula for this one? The chemical formula is CH4. This is what you are supposed to do. So this is the first member. So meaning the number of carbons are just what? Are just one. And when we are talking about hydrocarbons, we are just talking about compounds that get to contain hydrogen and carbon atoms only. So in this case, you've got one carbon being surrounded by 4 atoms of hydrogen, meaning that you've got something that is like this. Here you've got something like this. These have got a single bond, so something like that. So this is what we call methane. But when we go to this one, the first member that can start with this word meth, we don't have something that gets to be like this. We don't have something that is like this. This one, it does not exist, because whenever we are talking about alkenes, these have got a double bond between carbon to carbon. So we need to have a double bond, but we don't have a double bond. When I say methane, meaning that the number of carbons are 1. So if the number of carbon is just 1, how can you have a double bond? So there's nothing like this. It does not what? It does not exist. It doesn't what? Exist. This one doesn't exist. This is what you are supposed to know. We proceed and move to the other one. The second one here, we are going to call it methane. So it is called ethane, sorry. So ethane, we are going to call it ethane, meaning the number of carbons are how many? Are 2. So H like this, then 2 times 2, 4 plus 2, 6 like this. Meaning that you've got how many number of carbons? 2 number of carbons, meaning that you are going to have 2. These are just single bonds. You just do this. These are just single bonds. So I'm just going to give you a few, then you just continue with others. So this one, you just surround all the carbons. Here you put, you just surround them. Here you put, here you put, here there, you also put, even there, you also put. So meaning that this is the structural formula for ethane. When I go to alkenes, this side I'm talking about alkenes. Here I have what I get to call now ethene. This is ethene. So ethene, it does exist. It contains number of carbons 2, so I can form a double bond there. Meaning that H is how many? You just multiply by 2. This one 4. Meaning that 2 atoms of carbons surrounded by 4 atoms of hydrogen. So this one, you are supposed to have a double bond between carbon to carbon. So since I only have 2 carbons, so the double bond is just going to be here. Then you know that a carbon atom is supposed to be bonded to 4 bonds. So when we look at this, it is only having 2 bonds, 1, 2. We need to have a bond here, hydrogen, a bond there, hydrogen, like this. Then I go to this one. This one is also having 2 bonds which are here. So it needs how many? 2. So I put a bond there. I also put another bond there. So these are hydrocarbons. I just need to have hydrogen and carbon atoms. This is what you are supposed to know. This is what you are supposed to understand. When we move to the other one, so when I move to the other one, if I move to the other one like this, the next one here among these families, so this one happens to be the first one because we don't have the first one. We don't have that. It doesn't exist. So this one's that is second happens to be the first one in this family because we are talking about double bonds. So when I move to the third one, which happens to be the first one in the second one in here, which is called propene. So I'm calling it propene because the number of carbons are 3. So carbon 3, then here I just multiply by 2, which is 6. This is to tell you that 3 atoms of carbon are surrounded by 6 atoms of hydrogen. This is what you are supposed to know. This is what you need to understand. So I'm going to say carbon 1, 2, 3 like this. Have you seen? I need to have a double bond. I can put a double bond here, or I can put a double bond there. If I put a double bond here, this is to tell you that this one is having 2, meaning it needs 2. So I put 1, 2. I'm putting what? You need to be putting hydrogen atoms. So hydrogen there, even without counting, without looking at these 6, when you are just doing the correct thing, you discover that these 6 are going to fit in here. I go to this one. How many bonds does this one have? 1, 2, 3. So it only needs 1. I put a 1 there. I move to this one. How many bonds is this one having? It is only having 1 bond that is here. So it needs how many? 3. So I put 1 there. I put a 2 here. I put a 3 there. So meaning that how many? 3. So this one is having 4 bonds. Even this one, 4 bonds. The bonds are these lines. So I want you to understand this. The bonds that I'm talking about are these lines. This is what you need to do. I move to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this, you are done. But when I go to this family, in this family, we are talking about alkanes, which have single bonds. So the third one in here, this was the second one. The third one in here is called what? Is called propane. So we get to call it propane. This is what you need to know and understand. Propane. So propane, the chemical formula for propane is like this. This is how it is. The chemical formula is like this, where you are just going to do this. You're just going to do C3, then you know that you are multiplying by 2 and you add a 2. 3 times 2, 6, plus 2, 8. You get 8 like this. So you're having how many atoms for carbon? 3. So you put a 3, 1, 2, 3. We put 3 carbons there. Then being surrounded by how many atoms of hydrogen? 8. So you just surround these. You just surround them like this. Even these ones are having 4 bonds. This one, that one, and that one. This one, you are just doing this. These ones are simple. These ones are simple. You are just doing this. Even there, you are just doing that. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, there are 8. The 8 that is there. So this is how you get to do this. This is how you need to get this. These are things that I want you people to know. These are things that I want you to understand. So you are just doing this. You are just doing this. When I go to the third one in here, which is called now butene, it will be called butene. How is the chemical formula for butene? Butene is C4 like this. Then I say 4 times 2, definitely I get 8. So meaning that 4 atoms of carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Where should I put a double bond? You just choose for yourself. Where are you going to put a double bond? You can put a double bond here. Then you start from here. This one is having how many bonds? 1. So it needs 3. 1, 2, 3. You do this. This one is having how many bonds? 1, 2, 3. So it just needs 1. You put a 1 there. This one, it needs how many bonds? 1, 2, 3. So it just needs 1. You can put it on top there. There is no problem. Or if you want, you can put it down here. You go to this one. This one is having how many bonds? 1. It needs 3. You say 1 there, 2 there, then a 3 there. You are done. If you count these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 that is there. So this is what you need to do. These are some of the things that you need to get. I think you've learned something. I'm your academic tutor, Tutor Harrison J. Zulu. So if you want tuitions in mathematics, chemistry, and physics, this is the number that you need to WhatsApp me with. This is my number. This is the number that I get to use. So you can WhatsApp me on this same number. Thank you so much for connecting. I always teach my online lessons using Telegram. This is the number 0971 066747. Thank you so much.